Number 4 in our post-spring ACC power rankings is Louisville Cardinals. And they were, we waffled back and forth with putting them at 3 and SMU at 4, but Louisville actually has better odds at plus 600 to win the ACC championship game. The number 31 transfer portal class coming in, QB Whisperer, Jeff Brohm. He's a true QB Whisperer. We've talked a lot about QB Whisperers on the show, and we've been criticized for it, but I think Jeff Brohm is one of those guys who really gets the most out of his quarterbacks. He brings in Miller Moss from USC, who played well for the past, 13 months under Lincoln Riley from that bowl game against Louisville last year. He played well last year in certain games. And obviously, I think
Jeff Brohm saw him sling about 5 or 6 tutties against his squad in that bowl game and said, I'll take him. I'll take him and let him be my QB.
Yeah, and you got to think, Miller Moss, obviously, playing a year under Lincoln Riley in the offense last year, he's going to take a lot away from that because Lincoln Riley is another one of those guys who gets a lot out of his quarterbacks. But Isaac Brown and Duke Watson at the running back position, they may be the best running back duo in the conference. Brown is a sophomore. He had over 1,100 yards last year. Watson had over 600 yards last year. The defensive side of the ball, they bring back a very experienced defense. Nothing but juniors and seniors on that defense. I think they got 5 or 6 transfers, but just littered with experience, guys who have played the position before. And we've seen other teams like a Notre Dame last year, Luke, who had 6 graduate transfers, like just an old defense, not necessarily a lot of the most talented guys, but playing, experienced ball really pays off. Louisville's kind of, in that top 4 with Clemson, Miami, and SMU. If Miller Moss plays up to his potential, Jeff Brohm gets the most out of his guys on offense, they can make a run at this thing.
I agree 100% with the last statement that you just made about that they can make a run at this thing. They're one of those teams that in these 4 power conferences that kind of flying under the radar a little bit going into the year, whatever you want to call it, dark horses, whatever, to like compete for a college football playoff spot that you won't hear too many people talk about. I think Louisville is one of those teams for all the reasons that you just said. The experience that they've got, and like not just experience, but like proven production. Let's go with that. The proven production that they've got at key positions on offense with the running back position, with Miller Moss. Like you said, Miller Moss played last year against one of the toughest schedules in the country at USC. Played against some really good defenses as well. Like we just talked about, like some defenses that you don't even like think of that are really good nationally, like Minnesota last year. Like that was probably like the 4th or 5th best defense the dude played against. He played against Michigan. He played really good defenses and really good competition. It's going to be a lesser group of competition that he's going to be playing against. A really good quarterback coach, like you just said, and Brohm, and a QB-friendly system. 3 experienced wide receivers. Colin Lacey's back from injury. Chris Bell is back. They've got Dakari Collins, who came over from NC State, who was a solid receiver at NC State. I just think that this offense is poised to have a big year for Louisville. Like you just said, between teams 3 and 4, you really can just throw them in a hat between them and SMU. We went with SMU, obviously, for certain reasons, but I think Louisville's right there with them, and I think they're right there also. I think they're right there with Miami as well in this conference. The key for me will be what are they going to be defensively? They don't have to be just stifling. They don't have to be a top 10 nationally ranked defense. They need to be able to get some turnovers. They need to be able to hold their own and just get the damn ball back to that offense, because that offense is going to be really, really good under Jeff Brohm this year if they can stay healthy.
Yeah, you looked a little surprised when I said that that Brown and Watson might be the best running back duo in the conference.
No, I'm not surprised. It was just I hadn't really thought. Honestly, at this point, as we sit here today in April, I haven't really thought about like that. But when you mentioned that, I was like, honestly, I could see that. Maffa left at Clemson, and Miami's lost a couple of backs as well. Amarian Hampton's gone at North Carolina. I could, having 1,000-yard returning back like that at Louisville, and overall just proven production, I could definitely see that.
And you got to think the balance is going to help the passing game too, which obviously Brohm,
100%.
He loves, that passing game, and he lives by that with Tyler Shuck last year, getting him drafted in the 2nd round. Like, I think the balance for the Louisville offense is key.
they've been balanced since he's been at Louisville. This is his third year now. The 2 years previously, they're a lot more balanced than they were at Purdue, and I just think that probably has to do with they didn't have any like bell cow backs that he was able to recruit at Purdue, and just the offense in general, the receivers and quarterback play that he had at Purdue warranted that. But they've had really good backs. They've had good talent that he's been able to bring in at Louisville. I agree 100%. Having that run game to take a little pressure off Miller Moss could be a big year for the Ville. Could be a big year this year for the Ville.